Hi friends. I know it's been a really long time since I have been on this channel. If you guys follow me on my Twitter or on my Instagram, which is Get With The Glow on both platforms, I have been taking a mental health break from social media. Things were just getting very stressful and I just needed to kind of step away. I haven't really been posting that much or really been in the social media mindset for the past few months, and I definitely did not plan for this to be my first video back. I definitely wanted to be something a little bit more happy, a little bit more uplifting, but unfortunately life happens and situations happen, and I definitely felt like this needed to be brought to the attention of everyone. Me being a freelance makeup artist, something like this just can't happen, and I just don't feel like the situation was handled correctly. I definitely think that everyone involved could have done better, maybe even myself in the situation, but at the end of the day, what happened should never happen, and I'm bringing it to you guys' attention. One, so you guys can be wary of, these are the things that happen when you decide to make makeup and freelancing your life. And two, if you guys are thinking about maybe taking a job with this company, maybe you should take a step back and think about it, because obviously they still have a lot of things to figure out as far as like compensation of their employees. Just a little disclaimer, if you love ZOEVA and you support them, continue to support them. Who am I to tell you not to? If you're an employee of ZOEVA and you love working for ZOEVA, good for you. I'm glad that you are having a better experience than I did. This is my life, this is my truth, and this whole situation is based on what I experienced, not based on, someone else's experience. So this is what I had to deal with. So with that being said, please subscribe to my channel. I definitely want to grow in 2020, so please become part of the fam. So with that, I'm going to just give you guys an update on the situation, what occurred, where we're at now, what communication I've gotten with the company, where I'm at as far as getting paid. So with that, guys, we're going to get started with this video. Alright guys, I'm sorry if the lighting is super weird. I am sitting at my desk and not actually at my filming setup, because this isn't like a makeup video. This is me, really spilling some tea. So the lighting is a little off. I tried to make it as, nice as possible, but forgive me if it's a little crazy. So I am going to read all the text messages that I was sent and I written back. I'm gonna have them here on the screen or here somewhere on the screen. I am going to read the text messages that pertain to the situation. I'm going to not add in any text messages that have people's names in it, have any of my personal information in it, or anything like that. Just stuff pertaining to like what's going on as far as being paid by ZOEVA. Yeah, a little backstory. I haven't worked for ZOEVA long. Actually, how it came about really quickly was I was actually in store working for another brand, and the ZOEVA account executive, she was in town and she was at our store, the store that I was actually working in, and she was like, she saw my hustle and my motivation to sell for my brand and how like engaged I was, and she wanted to add me to her team. I'm someone who goes off of vibes and auras, and I definitely got a bad vibe from her. She was a nice person. She didn't say or do anything rude, but I just had a bad like aura or vibe about her. And like if she ever actually says anything, she would actually say that at first I wasn't very polite because I was kind of standoffish. And that's kind of how I am. If I don't like your aura, I'm not going to go around you, and that's just how I am. And I'm someone who usually goes off of my feelings of people's auras. and I didn't do it this time, and I just chalked it up to Gloria, you're being silly, you're being paranoid. But I wish I kind of would have stuck with my aura and, like, you know, really would have stuck with what I felt, because I probably wouldn't be in this situation. I did not leave that brand that I was working for. I actually loved that particular brand that I was working for that day. I just was going to add a few hours a week with this brand, and that's kind of like what freelancers do. Anyone in the freelance makeup industry that works for brands know, you know, people hop from brand to brand to brand. So, you know, you might be in one brand one day, and then all of a sudden their hours get cut, and you're like, okay, well, I need to go pick up another brand. So then you go to another brand, work like 10 hours for them, work 5 hours a week for one brand, 20, and that's kind of how you get your money. Everyone does it. It's completely fine as long as you're being ethical about the situation. So that's kind of like how I was in that situation. So I was just like, oh, you know, you want me to join your team? I can work 5-10 hours a week, nothing crazy. And she was completely okay with that because their budget wasn't very big. So she was like, that's perfect. I'm looking for someone who only wants like 5-10 hours a week. And I was like, perfect. I don't have an issue picking up some hours. So that's kind of how it worked. So I'm going to read some text messages from before this has happened. And I want to read these text messages because I want you to get a feel of how this particular employee felt about me prior to what has happened over the past few days. Because I think that's relevant to know just how, like, quick the switch up was. Like, I've never had someone switch up on me that quickly. My very first day, like, and mind you, I've only been working for them for not even like a month. Like, this is very, very new to me with this brand. So, like, my very first shift with them. So I sent her my numbers. She's like, OMG, you're a rock star. I'm still in store. Congratulations, Gloria. Blah, blah, blah. So then, so that's one text she sent me quite recently. I mean, only a couple weeks ago. And then another one from a few days, like, I think maybe like the day before. I sent my numbers again. I'm going to block it out. And then she goes, hey girl, yes. So she goes, you're a rock star. So she's telling me I'm a rock star multiple times. So this was a day that I was like super dead. So I sent her a message saying, I'm sorry for yesterday's numbers. I'll push today to make up. She's like, you're a rock star. It happens. She likes to call me a rock star a lot. I sent my numbers that day after saying that one. She's like, yes, you're a rock star. Because, like I said, so her just keep giving me praises. So I'm just telling you this to show, like, I had a very good rapport with this particular employee. You know, we had actually, you know, even though I had a bad initial vibe of her aura at first, you know, we've gone out to eat, we talked, we chatted, and, you know, I had a very good rapport with her. We were very, you know, lax with each other. She sent me a message. This was literally like earlier this week saying, great job last week. I'm going to blank out the store name because you guys don't even know that. Was one of the top 10 stores for the company. And that's the store I support. I'm the only ZOEVA employee that supports that store. So the store that I was working at made it into the top 10 stores for sales. So that just shows you what kind of employee I am. So she's sending me praise. I'm like, OM3, thank you. And, you know, I'm telling her, oh, I hope we could be number one. She goes, girl, I love your drive. We will be number one. Still planning a pop-up in February, but she's going off of my schedule because she wanted her whole team to be there. So that just shows you what kind of, like, relationship, like, she valued me as, like, an employee. Like, she would tell me, like, of all her employees, I'm, like, the one that sells the best, that I'm the one who pushes, you know. So, like, that just shows, like, what kind of employee I am. So this was Friday. I sent her a message at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and it says, hey, I noticed my paycheck wasn't deposited in my account this morning. She goes, hey, yes, we're all trying to figure it out now. My boss has a call with CFO. I wasn't paid as well. We switched over to a US bank account. I want you to remember that for later because we're going to get there. That she's saying that they told her that they switched over to a US bank account. So I'm not sure if that has something to do with it. We'll keep you posted as soon as I get an update. That was at 7. So what is this? 4 hours later, I text her, do you have an update? She goes, not yet. We'll let you know when I do. I text her, okay, so how realistic is it that we're getting paid today? Because I have bills that I have to pay, so I need to get them paid today. She goes, girl, I understand. I can't even give you the answer because I'm waiting for responses. I'm just as frustrated as you, even more livid right now. So this was about an hour and a half later. I got a random deposit in my account, but it didn't say where it was from. It just said pending. And like I said, the type of business I'm in, I get like deposits into that account, but I was supposed to be paid for a certain amount of hours. So this deposit was very tiny. So I wasn't sure if this was from ZOEVA or not. It was nowhere near how much they were supposed to send me for all the hours that I worked in those 2 weeks, because they get paid bi-weekly. So I got this really small like direct deposit into this account, and I wasn't sure what it was. So I sent her a message. It was about an hour and a half after that. I go, okay, so I think I got one deposit for my first week, but not last week. Shouldn't they come together, or did it come by the week? She goes, that's what I'm waiting for an answer about. They've changed the process 3 times in 2 months. I send timesheets weekly. My boss should have an answer in an hour. She's on the phone with them now. I go, okay, I know it's not your fault, but this is banana. She goes, girl, trust me, I know, it's crazy because all my freelancers have been getting paid on time. The other territory people haven't gotten paid in months. I want you guys to listen to that. Her freelancers have been getting paid on time. The other territories people haven't gotten paid in months. What kind of company did I just sign up for where like you can't even consistently get people paid? One territory gets paid, the other one doesn't. Some people haven't been paid in months, and this is coming from my account executive. And a little backstory on her: she controls the entire like northern East Coast, so not just the state I live in, but like several states, like a huge territory. So you know, she's pretty high up there. This is a very small brand. So for her to say, you know, like other territories, some people haven't been paid in months, I think this is a problem. So at this point, I'm like concerned. You know, I'm still not trying to freak out, but like I'm concerned. Like I'm like, wow, like I felt like I got on the Titanic and like the ship is about to sink. Like that's literally how I felt at this point. She's like, this is the first time it's not on time. So this is the first time she's experienced it. So she knows that other territories have experienced it because she just said that. But for her, this is the first time it's happened to her. And you know what, you know, and that's just the same old saying, you know, people thinking it never happened to you. It happens to the next chick or the next dude, but it ain't going to happen to you. And look what happened. It's now happening to us. She goes, you're not the only one. The whole U.S. team wasn't paid yet. So let's let that sink in. ZOEVA did not pay their entire U.S. team on time. That's bananas. And a little bit about ZOEVA, if you guys don't know, like the main, like it's like a UK brand, like the home office is in Germany, I believe, and all that stuff. And they've only been in the United States for 6 months, 5-6 months. So they're very new to the States. So I understand that, you know, having a US team is new for this company, but this is ridiculous. Like, I could see the first week you're paying your US team, there might be some issues because you're like, it's new, but we're like 6 months in, and apparently this is an issue that's been going on for a while. Why is this isn't fixed yet? So I'm sitting here like, what do you mean? Like, I've never heard of a company not paying their entire U.S. team. There's some people who haven't been paid in months. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is a first for me. Like, this was a first for me in my whole, like, freelancing experience. This has never happened. I don't know. So I text her, I'm not gonna lie, this makes me question continue working for the brand. And anyone will question continue working for a brand when you're being told by your boss that the whole entire country wasn't paid, that there are some people who haven't been paid in months. And then I said, I can't have my pay being late. I plan my bills based around my pay. So if this situation isn't corrected, I might have to resign. So I said, if the situation is corrected today, I might have to resign, which is really true. Like, I might have to resign. I wasn't quite sure. I might have to resign. I wasn't sure. She goes, look, I completely understand. I'm not giving anyone any more hours until it's settled. Should be today, but still, I get it, girl. It's their fault if we lose you. Trust me, I understand. So I'm getting still praises and all that stuff, her telling me, it's their fault if they lose me. She knew I was a value to the team. So I go, I still love you though. She goes, same girl, trust me. This next text message has absolutely nothing to do with this situation. This is about like another job that I started too. So this actually has nothing to do with the current situation. So I'm going to block out this complete text. So she goes, I'm putting out so many fires right now. The whole US team is pissed. I go, yeah, I bet. She goes, it's frustrating because they tell us one thing and don't come through. Check your account. They said payments were released. I go, no, I didn't get last week's pay. So she sends me a screenshot from her boss, and I'm going to blank out the names. So she sends a screenshot. It says, good afternoon, team. I'm elated to state that Dirk just released at 11:10 a.m. while on the phone with him 19 MUA payments. I will follow the email momentarily. Additionally, we finally have turned in calendar plus payment date calendar. I will share that later in the afternoon. We will review next week. Okay, so according to this, they said that they released their the payments. Okay. So I'm like, okay, cool. They're releasing the payment. So I should be getting paid soon, right? That's what she said that her bosses said. So she goes, so we have a new system now. Don't leave. This is her telling me, don't leave. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I'm chilling now because it's like, okay, I'm going to get paid. Yeah, I didn't get paid 8 hours ago when I was supposed to, but at least it's still on Friday. At least I can pay anything I need to pay. I was cool, She goes, okay, it might be pending. Keep me posted. So I text her, I should have been paid 17 hours. I only got paid for 7. Can you inquire why that is? She goes, you didn't receive the payment yet? It's probably pending. I go, that makes no sense why one went through and the other is pending. Why aren't they in one? Because these are legit questions. Like, I don't understand why one went through right away and now I'm being told that the second one is pending. It doesn't show in my account something is pending. I called my bank and asked them, is there like a charge pending? Because you know how sometimes they can see things pending that we can't. They said they didn't see anything. Nothing. So I'm confused. So I messaged her, why they aren't in one. She goes, girl, it's a mess. They have a new system. We'll see what that is. When did you get the other payment? This week? And mind you, this is all the same day on Friday. So I don't understand why she's asking me when did I get the other payment this week. This is Friday. This is my pay from them. It was earlier that day when I told her I think I got a thing. So I don't understand why she's asking me, did I get something earlier this week? No, I didn't get anything earlier this week. This is still the same day, only like a few hours later. What is it, like 6 hours after I told you, like 6 hours later. So I'm like, I don't know. So I go, why are they separated? That's still not okay. She goes, girl, I know. So I go, I'm supposed to get everything today. She goes, when did you get the last one? I said around 12. Because remember I said around 12, I got some random deposit. It doesn't say ZOEVA or anything. It was just some random deposit with like a random name. And I didn't know what that is. So I was just assuming it was probably ZOEVA. Because it made sense that it kind of equaled up to only 7 of my 17 hours. So I was assuming that was the ZOEVA. And that was like the first week I worked with them. I worked 7 hours and it added up to like exactly 7 hours of what I would have gotten paid. So I was assuming that random deposit was from ZOEVA, which was around noon. It was around 12:30, but like around noon. So I asked again, so can you ask them where the rest of my check? She goes, let me ask. I go, okay. So about 30 minutes later, she messaged me back, okay, they're releasing one by one for some reason. You should get another one soon. if not already. So I'm like, okay, so she's telling me, which still doesn't make sense, why a company is just releasing one after another. But at this point, I'm like, I just want to get paid. Like, I just want to get paid at this point. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, release one at a time, I guess, you know. And then a few hours after that, I text, still haven't gotten the rest of my money. Will they be releasing it today? Can you ask them this question? Mind you, I'm still not being rude at this point. I think I'm actually still being quite calm for the fact that I still haven't been paid. You know, she was telling me how she's frustrated, she's pissed, she's livid. I told her, you know, I don't feel like this is okay. She's like, girl, I know. Like, I felt like at this point we were kind of like, you know, having a conversation. Like, neither, like, you know, I wasn't being rude, she wasn't being rude, she was venting, I was venting, you know, even though I don't think any of us was venting inappropriately, but we were just having a conversation. I didn't say anything rude that I wouldn't say to my boss. If one of my jobs was like, didn't pay me, I'd be like, I'm just letting you know this is not okay. I have a right to say something is not okay. And that's the most I actually said at this point. If from everything I said is, yeah, this isn't okay. You know, she's the one who says she's pissed and she's livid. I never said I was pissed. I never said I was livid. All I told her was it isn't okay. And I'm reading everything text message word from word. So I asked her, can you ask them this question? All right, so the next message, I have a family member who's literally been working in banks for like, what, 15 years, 10, 15 years. So I know a lot about like kind of the banks and like how things work at banks because of this close family member. So I asked her, it's already in a business day for banks. So now it's probably not gonna be there till Monday, and this is not okay. Because it's true. So how banks work, at least in the U.S., I don't know how it works in Germany, where this company is stationed at. I really don't know. But in the United States, anyone who knows anything about banking knows that after 3 p.m., everything at a bank goes to the next business day. So if someone tried to like send me a deposit, it's not gonna show up in my account till the next business day. So now we're at Friday. So now we're talking about Monday, which is the day that you guys are going to see this video, because this is actually Sunday, so this is the day before you guys are actually going to see this video. So she didn't respond, and I'm just like, because, you know, and I just feel like that's so, rude. Like, you're my boss, and if I'm telling you I still have not been paid, like, you need to be responding, you need to be on your phone. And this is the thing, and I'm going to get to this, like, if you don't want to have the responsibilities of being a boss, then don't be a boss. Period. I have been in management most of my life. I have run teams and been a boss. And at the end of the day, as a boss, you're the one who has to hear everyone's crap. At the end of the day, you know that's part of your job. And you're telling me your whole entire team wasn't paid. Why are you not on the phone answering their messages, diffusing the situation? If anything, she's not actually diffusing the situation, because she's telling me how she's pissed. She's telling me people haven't been paid in months. She's telling me how the whole U.S. team hasn't been paid. How is that calming me down? And mind you, at this point, still haven't showed any attitude. If you could read, like, still haven't showed any attitude. If anything, I'm just listening to what she's telling me, and I'm just like, I'm just sitting back like, this is not okay. But still, not being rude whatsoever, not catching an attitude, nothing. I'm still sitting here. But at this point, I know I'm not getting paid on Friday because the business day is over. So now we're looking at Monday, Tuesday, God knows when this is all going to be figured out. So then the next message is her name. So I'm just going to bleep that out because I don't want to put her name out there. So it's literally just her name. And I go, did you read my messages? Is there an update on my paycheck? Will I receive it today? These are all legitimate questions. None of these questions are being rude. None of these questions are being nasty. All I said was, did you read my messages? Is there an update on my paycheck? Will I receive it today? In the comments below, tell me if these questions are considered rude. I think these are legitimate questions for someone who worked and did not get paid. So, yeah, yeah. So then her next question is, Gloria, I'm in store! Exclamation, 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 exclamation. I can't answer every text in a second. I'm working. It's the best I can do. I'm going to read that back because this is straight up attitude at this point. Gloria, I'm in store. I can't answer every text in a second. I am working. It's the best I can do. So let's make this clear. She's working for ZOEVA. So let's make this clear. Sorry, the camera stopped rolling. So Gloria, I'm in store. You're in store for ZOEVA. So you are on ZOEVA's clock. I'm asking you a question about ZOEVA. That whole comment, completely unnecessary. I can't answer every text in a second. Yeah, this is your boss. You're the account executive for the the Eastern North or Northern East or however they want to pronounce her title. You have the whole freaking East Coast for the most part as your territory. Yeah, you need to be answering these questions because I'm not the only person on your team that didn't get paid. So you're telling me when I'm telling you how concerned I am that I haven't gotten compensation, that you can't answer every text every second? Like, who does that? That is so rude to tell someone when they are genuinely coming to you with an issue. Mind you, I've been so polite to this chick this whole entire conversation, and for her to throw me attitude for no reason when I'm just like, hey, am I gonna get paid today? And you guys see the text message, and the text messages is sitting right here somewhere on the screen. All I said to her was her name. Did you read my messages? Is there an update on my paycheck? Will I receive it today? And her response is, Gloria, I'm in store. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Who's she talking to? Like, really? Really? Okay. I can't answer every text in a second. You're on ZOEVA's clock, and this is a ZOEVA question and ZOEVA answer. And this is what pisses me off, is all she's doing is color matching a foundation or selling a brush. This is more important than color matching a foundation or selling a brush. You can walk in the back and answer the text message really quickly and then walk back out on the floor. Why is she making it seem like I asked for her firstborn child? I'm asking, when am I going to get compensated for the money that I earned? I don't know. So then she's like, I'm working. It's the best I can do. No, it's not the best you can do because I asked you a question. You should be keeping me updated. If anything, she has not been keeping me updated. If you notice the whole theme of this whole situation, she's been telling me, I'm going to keep you updated. I'm going to keep you updated. And I'm the one who has to ask the question, have you gotten an update? And then she gives me information. That's not keeping me updated if I have to ask for the information. So no, you're not doing the best you can do. Because if I'm telling you, hey, I haven't received the rest of my compensation, then you're not, and you're like, oh, I don't know. That's not doing the best you can do. If I'm messaging you, do you have any updates? Because you're not updating me. I'm literally, every update she sent me right before I asked her, do you have an update? Then you're not keeping me updated if I have to ask for it, right? Right? I'm just saying. So then at this point, I'm livid at this point, so I go, do you honestly think I care that you're in store for a company that hasn't paid me in full the money they owe me? I go, and yes, I expect every message I send will be answered in a timely manner. Like, not 2-3 hours later, I'm like, hey, did you read my messages? Like, that's not okay. I expect every message until this situation is resolved to be answered in a timely manner because that is your job. That is your job, being an account executive, that you need to handle these situations. It is your job. So yes, I expect for you to answer my messages in a timely manner. So do you honestly think I care that you're in store for a company that hasn't paid me in full the money they owe me? Like, why would you even ask, like, say I'm in store? That does not matter to me that you're in store working for ZOEVA. If anything, that means you definitely should be answering these questions because this is a ZOEVA issue and you're on their clock right now. And as an account executive, you're supposed to, oversee the account. This is part of the account, girl. This is part of your job. So I don't even know why she even went there. So then I go, and yes, I expect every message I send you will be answered in a timely manner till I get paid because it's your job. I go, I expect that you're on the phone with your bosses till all your employees are paid. So I need you to figure out when I will be receiving the rest of my paycheck. Tonight would be great. Because at this point, I'm not stupid. It's like almost 7 o'clock. I know I'm not getting paid that night, but I would have liked an update that night on like something. Just something. Like, what's going on? You know, because I still haven't gotten an answer to like why my pay was delayed, why I was only sent a partial check. Where's the rest of my pay? Nothing. I go, time for being nice is over. This is business. And I agree. I've been nice all day. I've been very patient. As you can see, it's almost 7 o'clock. My direct deposit was supposed to be in my account at like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's almost a whole day. I'm done being nice. This is business. Because when she didn't get paid, she was pissed. She was livid. I'm putting out so many fires. She's spilling the whole tea on this company about how they don't pay their employees for months, how the whole entire, like, she was spilling tea. So we all know who is the professional one in this situation and not the professional one in this situation. Just saying. I go, I worked. I expect to be paid. Which is such a mind-boggling experience that I have to tell someone, hey, I worked. I deserve to get paid on time. Like, I don't understand why, like, this was such a foreign concept. Because she got paid. She got paid earlier in the day when they supposedly released people's paycheck. She got paid, so she ain't care no more at this point. She ain't care. Because she got her check. I didn't. So I go, so get back to me when you have answers to my questions with less attitude would be appreciated. And I said that to her. With less attitude would be appreciated, because the tone of that text was so dismissive of my concerns and my feelings. It was so rude. And this whole conversation, was she being rude earlier today? No, she was venting. She was telling me she's pissed. She was telling me she livid. She was dropping tea on the company because she was venting. And I respected the fact that she was venting. But for her to dismiss me when I have been nothing but nice and patient this whole day, I was pissed at this point. I was pissed at this point because I would never disrespect someone if they're telling you, hey, you know, I got bills and I was expecting my pay 15 hours ago. And now it's the end of the business day and I still don't have any answers. And you're telling me I'm in store. I can't answer every text every sec. Like, who does that to people? Like, what? I want to know how, I want to know why. Like, if she is not capable of her position and handling herself professionally and knowing how to diffuse situations, then she should not be in this position. Period. The whole day, she didn't diffuse the situation. Like, me as a boss, I would never tell an employee the whole entire U.S. team wasn't paid. I would let them know I'm handling your case personally. I'm not going to say, well, girl, to make you feel better, no one in the U.S. got paid. To make you feel better, there's other territories that haven't been paid in months. How is that diffusing the situation? You're actually escalating the situation. And mind you, through all of that BS she was telling me, I still stay calm. And even in my response, which was a little snarky, but like, she was straight up disrespectful in her message before me, as you see. I was a little snarky, but still professional. Your girl know how to throw shade and be professional. Let me tell you. So then she sends me this message, which isn't true. I'm telling you this isn't true because I actually talked to another ZOEVA employee. So this situation is not true. Not all ZOEVA employees were paid. She was trying to make it seem like I have some weird case and I was the only one that paid. That is not true. You know, they didn't want to be involved. I told her I was making this video. I was like, hey, can I use our messages and all this stuff? And they was like, please just don't involve me. I still work for the company, and I respected that. So, but I'm telling you guys, not everyone on the ZOEVA team was paid. And I don't know if they have been paid, when they're going to get paid. I don't know. You know, Gloria is always the voice for the other people. I will always be the person who will put herself out there so everyone can have a better experience. I've always been that person. If I see an injustice or I see something wrong, I will put myself out there and carry that cross so others don't have to. I just always been that person. So I am like the person that's going to persistently ask these questions. What's going on? What's happening? Still very professional. Like I said, still haven't been rude to this chick. So yeah. So then she goes, Gloria, my boss is aware. All my freelancers have gotten paid today. Okay. Yeah, right. She's figuring out why you only got 1 week. Germany is 5 hours ahead. You will get your money, God willing, tomorrow, which is Saturday. I did not. So then she goes, thanks for your time with ZOEVA. And mind you, before I finish with this, I was so frustrated at this point that I was just like, you know what, I'm not even messing. I'm not even going to stress about this anymore for today. So I didn't even read this message until the next morning. So I had no idea she messaged me this until the next morning, because at this point I was like, you know what, this is starting to like physically affect me and mentally affect me. You know, my anxiety was on 10, and like I'm someone who really am about mental health now. So for my anxiety to be like crap right now, I was just like, you know what, it is not worth it. I am just gonna handle this situation in the morning, because at this point I'm not getting paid. What time is this? Like it's like 7 o'clock at night. I'm not getting paid. So I'm reading this now Saturday, which was yesterday, next day. And she goes, so my boss is aware all my freelance I've gotten paid. Not true. She's figuring out why you only got 1 week. Germany is 5 hours ahead. You will get your money, God willing, tomorrow. Thank you for your time with ZOEVA. I wish you the best. When I hear from my boss, I will let you know. Attitude. You have been giving me attitude this whole day. Being aggressive. Guys, I read you the messages. Who was being aggressive? This is she was living, and I'm like, yeah, oh my goodness, like, yeah, this isn't okay. Like, yeah, this isn't okay. Like, for her responses, you know what I mean? You're telling me, I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, that's not okay. Yeah, that's not okay. How is that me being aggressive? So, like, now she's like, and this is why I don't call people friends and all this stuff. I said that on my Instagram. I have 101 acquaintances. I have, as far as friends, I would say 4 people in my life that are friends that I will die for, and I love them, that are my family. 4 people. Every one of these other chicks and dudes I hang out with, you are an acquaintance. You're an acquaintance. And this is why, because of chicks like this. I've been giving her attitude all day. I've been aggressive all day. Guys, I read the messages to you. I posted them on the screen. I don't know what else I can post. You guys tell me all day when I was aggressive, when I was unprofessional. Not at all. Not at all. I literally read this whole entire message to like 5 different people, and they were like, is this girl delusional? Is this girl, maybe she was taking, like, I don't know. I mean, the first day I hang out with her, she was getting drunk and taking shots. So I don't know. I'm not trying to say she was drunk, but she had to be on something to write that. I don't know. So you guys write down in the comment section, when throughout this whole entire conversation was I aggressive, when I was unprofessional, when the whole entire conversation I was just being reactive to the things that she said, her telling me everyone in the U.S. wasn't paid. There are people in some territories that haven't paid in months, that she's pissed, that she's livid. And I'm just like, the most I said was, this is not okay. This is not okay. I didn't know me saying that makes me aggressive and makes me have an attitude all day. She picked the wrong one, because I'm the type of person that's going to come on camera and I'm going to read every message that happened, and then I'm going to let the people decide who was really aggressive, because at this point I feel like ZOEVA needs to make some changes in their staffing. I don't think this particular person needs to be in the position that she's in, because she's obviously doesn't know how to handle herself professionally, and like, I feel like this is high school mean girl drama. I held you accountable and I wasn't going to let you BS me, and then you throw it back on me and says I've been giving you attitude and been aggressive all day. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. You're not going to sit here and put dirt and lies on my name. Not today, hunty. Not today. So then she goes, attitude. You have been giving me attitude the whole day. And been being aggressive when I'm trying to be calm and nice and going above and beyond to figure out for you. No, you have not. You have not been calm, because you vented to me about how messed up this company is, about how they don't pay their employees. You haven't been nice, and you haven't been going above and beyond. You have not actually updated me on anything. Every time you updated me, it's because I inquired. You did not update me like I did. I didn't look down at my phone and be like, oh, you sent me a message. Oh, you told me something. No, never, not once. Go look back at the messages. Every information that she has given me is because I had to inquire about it. What have you gone above and beyond to do? You tell me. Like, absolutely nothing. From what I have dealt with, it doesn't seem like you actually have done anything. All you told me is, oh, I'm waiting on my boss. How is that you going above and beyond for everything? You're basically just telling me, I'm waiting for my boss to tell me something. That's not going above and beyond. Going above and beyond is calling your boss every 15 minutes like, you know, Gloria still hasn't gotten paid. What's going on? We got to give this girl an update. That's going above and beyond. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. You did absolutely nothing. So, like, stop trying to pat yourself on the back. Stop trying to turn it around on me. You didn't do anything. You were the aggressor in the situation. You were the one escalating my anxiety, telling me all this bad stuff about this brand, knowing that I'm new, knowing that I haven't been working for this brand that long, and you're supposed to be my boss. Like, you're telling me things that I'm pretty sure that ZOEVA is not going to be happy that you told me that there's some territories that haven't been paid in months, that you told me no one in the USA got paid on time. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be happy that you told me this. So, who actually escalated the situation? Girl, it was you. It was you. It was you. She goes, my boss is still waiting, so at this point, it's out of my control if they're not responding to her. So that is what I was left off with. At this point, it's out of her control. She's not getting a response. Okay. And mind you, I didn't read that message until the next morning. And I'm actually really happy I didn't read it that night because I was so angry, like, internally. Like, I didn't put it, like, in message because for this situation, people can go on camera and be like, Gloria said this. So this is why I didn't express my anger in message. But I definitely expressed it to, like the people around, like, my friends and stuff. But I probably would have been disrespectful to her if I would have read that message that night. I probably would have been more reactive, and I'm glad I didn't read that. That was God. Because she probably would have been able to tell me at that point I had been disrespectful to her. Because at that point, not one thing I said was disrespectful or aggressive or unprofessional. I've been very professional this entire time dealing with her. She has been the one that's been unprofessional. So then the next morning, so now we're at yesterday morning, which is Saturday. Like I said, you guys are going to be watching this on Monday, so just keep that in mind. I wrote, morning, I need a number to someone in corporate. Not only did I not receive my full payment, I was charged a wire transfer fee for the partial money I did receive. Remember I said I received a partial payment, not my entire payment. So she goes, here is the corporate number. I'm just going to block out the corporate number because I don't want people calling them if, you know, because people do that and stalk them and be all that stuff. I mean, yeah. But the number is a German number. It's an international number. So I can't call it. And she goes, please send me your last and final timesheet for the hours from, and I'm going to block out the store and the date because that's irrelevant to the situation, and add on 2 wire transfer fees from the payment you received, along with additional payment for the payment you will receive. That makes absolutely no sense. If you can send the timesheet over as soon as possible, they can pay you out first thing, all payments Monday morning. I've already red flagged the issues, so they are aware. Okay, so this is what I don't understand. So let's go back to that message I told you to think about earlier. How she told me, yay, we got a new system because they switched over to a US bank account. That was the whole, like, that was the speculation, is that because we now have a US bank account, and I guess before it was like foreign currency, that's why it was taking so long. So why was I still charged a wire transfer fee if now the company is using a US bank account? And I am actually going to insert the sheet that they have me fill out for my direct deposit, And this company is actually really unprofessional. Like, when I was filling out the paperwork, there's some rinky dink kind of, like, you could tell, like, it's like someone made it in Publisher on their home computer. Like you could tell, like, I don't know if like lawyers actually looked over any of this. This is very, and I had, this is very like ghetto. So this was the sheet that they had me fill out for direct deposit. All they asked me is for my name, my routing number, my account number, and then like my bank's like international number. Nothing on the paperwork says there's a wire transfer fee or anything for currency. Nothing. It's literally just asking me for my bank information. So were people charged wire transfer fees prior to this change? Was this a thing? Because you never made your employees aware of this. And I'm actually gonna get to that because I actually talked to someone, so I'm gonna get to that. So I don't understand why I was even charged a fee if now you're using a US bank account. So things don't add up. And then then she was telling me how to fill out my final timesheet for any hours that isn't accounted for yet, and that they'll pay me out first thing Monday morning. So you guys are willing to pay me 2 weeks in advance for hours that I worked, but you guys can't pay me for the hours that you actually owe me. That makes no sense. Either you can't pay me for what I've already been paid, because I still haven't gotten that, but you're telling me to fill out my timesheet for hours that I'm not even supposed to be paid for yet, to get it paid out because you just want to be done with me. So it's like, either you can pay me or you can't. Like, I'm so confused. And then it's telling me to add for the 2 wire transfer fees, but it's not going to be 2 wire transfer fees, because it's going to be one for the one on Friday, then one for the week that I'm missing, and then one for whatever, for all these things. So that's another 3. And it just didn't make any sense. So I'm just like, okay. So she has red flagged the issue, so they're aware. How do you red flag an issue? Like, you're an account executive. Like, did you tell someone there's an issue? Like, be a little bit more specific. So I go, so we have okay, so I'm one of those people, really quickly, I'm one of those people where I have one bank account that like all my direct deposits come out of. Like I said, I freelance for brands. I like do clients, so sometimes they're selling me money. So I just like to have an account that all my money goes into. And then from that one account, it's like a tree. That's like the base of my tree. And then from there, it sprouts out to all the different leaves and branches. So I did take the money out of that account and I put it in my bill account, put it in my personal spending account, put it in my savings. So that's what I do. So like that branch account never actually has money in it, because as soon as money goes into it, I move it to where it needs to go. And except for like one bill, which is like my iTunes, which I don't know why that still comes out of that account. It's like $5 or something like that. Nothing comes out of that account. And so I told her, so we have another issue. That account I use for my direct deposit to go in is just for my checks to come in, and that is not the account I use on the daily or to pay bills. So yesterday when I got paid, I moved the money out of that account, which is what I do anytime I get paid, and put it in the necessary accounts that I use for bills or for personal use. And since I was charged a fee, I was not only aware of, I now have a negative balance, which has a $38 negative balance fee. You know, a $38 fee, which needs to be reimbursed as well. I should not have to pay a negative balance fee when I was charged a fee that was never made aware to me. Like, why am I being charged a fee and not on your direct deposit sheet, which is, I could have did that in Word. Just saying, you're an international company. Get a lawyer to create something for you. Like, come on. Like, this is some rinky-dink type paperwork. It was pretty ghetto. And I should have known from then, red flag. Maybe I shouldn't, like, deal with this company. I guess I wasn't thinking. And then she goes, I can provide proof on my bank statement that the fee came out, causing my account to go in the negative, and now I'm going to be charged a negative balance fee, which I can provide proof, like it's on my account. I looked at my account this morning. It's still there, still sitting there looking stupid. And she goes, add it on to and attach a receipt, which, like I said, so at this point she's telling me that they will reimburse me all this stuff. I mean, which is great, but like at this point, you guys still haven't paid me for my check, so I don't know how much I actually believe that you guys are going to reimburse me all this stuff when you guys haven't even paid me my paycheck. Like, are you guys with me? Like, let's be real Gucci here. I'm not hopeful in any of this. So then I wrote, because like I said, I peeped that a couple of times she has said send final timesheet or thank you for your time with ZOEVA. So I'm not a dumb girl. Like I figured out what she was trying to do. So I wanted her to admit in text message that she was letting me go and unlawfully letting me go, because me inquiring about my paycheck is not a reason to let someone go. Never once was I disrespectful. Never once was I rude. Never once did I demean her, call her out the name, use profanity. Never once. If anything, she was the one who was escalating the situation, telling me things to give me more anxiety and all this stuff. So I wanted her to admit in text message, because I hate to say this, but I knew she was going to be dumb enough to admit that she was unlawfully letting me go. So I wanted her to admit it, so I had proof that she did this. You know, I could easily just like send my final time card and like never discuss it again, which is what a lot of other vendors would do, but Gloria's not the one. Gloria is the one who will carry that cross. So I go, so I'm going to assume, since I never actually quit, which I didn't, I never said I'm done, I quit. Yo, I wish people would stop. Twitter is so annoying sometimes. You know, I never actually quit, so I wanted her to put down that this is what she was doing. So we have it. I go, so I'm going to assume, since I never actually quit, that I'm fired because you're consistently reiterating, make sure I send my final timesheet. I'm just going to make sure that is clear that I did not quit, that you're letting me go. And I go, hi, I want to reiterate that I stated, I want to reiterate that I stated that if we couldn't figure out what's going on with my pay, then I'm gonna have to reconsider working for the company. And you're telling me my shot in, I'm sorry, I apparently don't know how to text. So you're telling me, I guess I meant to say send, but I said shots. I don't know. So you're telling me to send in my final timesheet. Not once did I say I quit. I'm going to soon I'm being let go. I'm going to assume I'm being let go. I'm sorry. Sometimes I text on my watch and it doesn't pick up my words right. But I guess that's what I was trying to say. So I'm going to assume I'm being let go. She goes, unfortunately, Gloria, yes, I'm letting you go. I apologize on behalf of the company that you did not get paid on time. They are a German company and still working out the kinks, which is no excuse. Okay, there's kinks and then there's kinks. Because she told me there's people who haven't been paid in months. So this is a really big kink. Don't have a U.S. team if you can't figure out how to pay. This is an issue that's been going on for months, per her information. Why does this kink have to happen more than once? Like, this is a pretty big kink. I can see if it happened once and you figured it out and it never happened again, before it to happen every 2 weeks. Girl, that's not a kink. But I can't promise that the payment situation will not occur again, as it has changed 3 times in the last 2 months. Your reaction yesterday and the way you spoke to me was unprofessional. Guys, when did I speak to her unprofessionally? Guys, when did I speak to this crazy chick? Sorry, guys. Camera stopped running. It stops running after every 30 minutes, so I had to hit it again. Your reactions yesterday and the way you spoke to me was unprofessional. Bye, Felicia. Felicia where? Never once was I unprofessional. Never once was I rude. Never once did I call her out her name, cuss, demean the situation. I never even demeaned the company. She did that. Like, she was the one kind of crap talking on the company. I didn't even talk bad about the company. I could see if I was crap talking the company and she let me go because I was speaking bad about the company, because, you know, companies do that. I wasn't even doing that. If anything, ZOEVA should fire her. Because she was not portraying the company in a good light. I'm just saying. She was very unprofessional. And I was just sitting back like, it's not okay. I know it's not okay. Like, I'm just literally agreeing with what, like, she said, because she's telling me she pissed and all this stuff. And then they tell her one thing and they do another. Like, she was really crap talking the company. So anyone was unprofessional, it was this girl. But not G. Don't play me. We have all been in this industry a long time, and we know how this company works. No, boo. You're right. I've been in this industry a long time, and I have never experienced this. Now, I'm not saying that other freelancers haven't, because I've had other freelancers reach out to me, and they said that it's happened to them before, not as extreme as this, like they were eventually paid like that day, but like their payment was late or something happened. But I personally have never experienced this. I have been in the makeup game for years, and I have never done work for a brand. Now, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like customers like doing makeup for a birthday party or a prom. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for a legit company that has enough money to be in Ultas. I have never experienced this. And like I don't know actually how long she's been in the industry, because she told me like she's not even a makeup artist. She don't know nothing about makeup. So like, I don't know. Like, from what she told me, she hasn't actually been in the industry a very long time. So like, I'm a makeup artist, like, so I don't know, because she told me one thing and now she's telling me how she's been in the industry a long time. But from what she told me, I could be wrong, but from what she told me, she said she's not a makeup artist. She don't know nothing about makeup. She finds it hard for her to sell stuff because she doesn't know anything about like products and all that stuff. So I'm like, how you been in the industry a long time? Just saying. It happened to me plenty of times, so I understand your frustration and went above and beyond to try to get you your fun gesture. No, you did not, and you did not understand my frustration, because in the evening when I simply asked you, do you have an update? Will I be paid? You flipped out on me, telling me that you're in store and you can't answer my text messages every second. You flipped out on me. Like, that's the thing that kills me, is that like she was rude to me and I was never once rude to her. And it's like, how are you going to be rude? And because you're a higher position, that you're just going to be like, you know what, I just don't even want to deal with Glory no more, so I'm just going to say she was being rude and nasty. Like, no, like, that's not okay. Like, ZOEVA, you need to figure this out, and you need to really reevaluate who you have on your team and who you have in positions of leadership, because this chick ain't it. She just ain't it. She's not it. No hard feelings at all. No, there's completely hard feelings, because she flipped out on me. She was rude to me. She was dismissive of me. And now she's trying to make it seem like I was the one disrespectful. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're not doing that. So it's completely hard feelings. Completely. And I truly wish you the best. No, you don't, because you just let me go for no reason. You're actually wrongfully terminating me because you guys didn't pay me, and I consistently was asking for updates, and you got tired of me asking for updates, and you now are wrongfully letting me go, which is illegal. They better hope, like this is illegal. Like, I could sue them. They're wrongfully letting me go because I inquired about the pay that they owe me. And this chick got, annoyed that I kept asking her, that I was holding her accountable for the situation. And she let me go. She illegally let me go. So I will keep communicating with you until your payment. So I sent her the message. I also need a phone number, an email for HR, preferably a US number. Never once did she respond to me. She did not answer that question. And after a few hours, I was like, wow, she's gonna not give it to me. Like, she's gonna deny me, which is illegal. Like, if I ask you for human resources, I am an employee of this company. I'm an hourly employee of this company. Like, this company gives me an hourly wage. I filled out an application. I work for this company. I have a right to speak to HR or get an HR email. And as my boss, or as someone in a position of power in this company, if someone asks you, I need a contact to HR, you have to give it to them. You can't just ignore the message. So she ignored it, never once answered that. So then after a few hours, I realized she's not gonna answer me that question. I was just like, you know what? I need to not deal with her anymore. I don't want to deal with her anymore going forward. I need to get in contact with someone else in the company. And I tried to like Google like their HR, and everything was in freaking German, which ZOEVA needs to work on. If you're going to have American employees, you need to have an American HR department. It is not right that I can't get in contact with HR because everything is in German. That is not right. It's not right. It's just not right. Yeah. So then I finally, on a recommendation of someone else, they were like, you need to ask her for another contact. Like, you can't keep dealing with her because she's becoming so unprofessional at this point. And I agree. This situation has escalated to a point where I am not even comfortable. So I just needed to get out of this situation. So I then messaged her. Also, so this was a few hours after the HR comment that she never once answered that, which is so illegal. Oh my God, like this chick so illegal. So then I did send her, also, I need another person who I can't communicate with about my pay and sending over any future information. I no longer feel comfortable dealing with you directly. And then she responds to that. Mind you, still never respond to, can I get a contact to HR? An American contact. Still hasn't. She never even said there is no American contact. She just never responded. She just pretended like that didn't happen. Well, I am not gonna stop. Like, I want to speak to someone in the company because this is not okay, and there needs to be some repercussions. You know, if she's incapable of doing her job or being professional, then she shouldn't be with the company. Period. Point blank. At the end of the day. And I'm not gonna stop until I speak to someone in corporate, and then we figure this out. Because at this point, me getting paid is not enough. I need an apology, and I need to speak to someone because no one else should have to deal with this. In a day, point blank, period. So then the last message she sent me, and the last communication that we had all together was, agreed. Here's my boss's email. She is out for the weekend, so expect a reply after the weekend. And a thumbs up. Which is so condescending. Like, that's so rude. I'm telling you, I no longer feel comfortable dealing with you. Can I please get another contact? And you give me a thumbs up. Girl. Thumbs up to this because this video is going on YouTube. How's about that for a thumbs up? And then I'm going to blank out the email of the, her boss, which I will be sending an email to her boss, and I'm going to send the link to this video to her boss, and I'm going to let them know that this is not okay. I was wrongfully terminated. And you know what? I don't know if I would have actually continued with the company after this situation because I was told by her that pay is not guaranteed, and that's kind of a problem for me. But the fact that I did leave on my own accord, that I was basically told I had to go, is not okay. So we're gonna figure this out. Yeah. The reason why I wanted to make this video was I put on Instagram and Twitter, you know, a brand didn't pay me, and a lot of people were messaging me. One, because other freelancers was like, please, can you let us know so I know not to work for this company? A lot of people actually hit me up and was like, can I know? Because I don't want to accidentally work for this company and not get paid. So I wanted to do that for these people, but also to let people know, like, when you're a freelancer, you're kind of like the bottom of the totem pole. Like, people, like, you're really abused by companies. Like, there are a lot of companies that treat their freelancers badly. Not all companies. I have worked for some amazing companies that has treated me well, and I've worked for some companies that treated me like dirt. I know companies that treat their freelancers like dirt. I know there's companies out there that hire freelancers, fire them overnight without no rhyme or reason, cut their hours, like giving them 20 hours a week to one day being like, we won't have hours for a month. It's like, why would you do that to people? Like, when you're a freelancer, it's a hustle. Like, it's a hustle because every week is not guaranteed. Like, one week you can get 40, 50 hours in freelancing from different brands, and the next week you could have none. Like, so for this brand to really just treat people like dirt without even thinking about it is so messed up. And I just felt so disrespected because the whole day I was just trying to stay calm, trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, like, hey, when am I getting paid? Hey, do you have an update? Hey, do you have an update? And to be told because of that I was being aggressive and unprofessional when I was not being aggressive or unprofessional at all. And like I said, I showed every text message, and the way I'm gonna lay it out is that I'm always gonna show the previous text message, so you know I'm not leaving anything out, that I'm not like skipping a whole bunch of conversation. Every text message is going to be on the screen. The only things that are not going to be on the screen is people's names, people's phone numbers, people's emails. So I'm not going to put that on the screen. But other than that, every message is actually on the screen. So you guys know I'm not trying to hide anything or anything like that. You guys make the decision that you want, but this is not okay. I've never felt so disrespected by someone. And yeah. And like I said, ZOEVA needs to really kind of get their act together, because to be told by my, I guess, former boss, because she fired me, that the whole entire US team wasn't paid, and then to find out that there are some people who haven't been paid in months, like, why are we dealing with this, you know? So, you know, this was not the way I wanted my first video back to be, but I mean, it is what it is, right? I'm gonna end this video on that note. I will update you guys on what happens once I get in contact with this new person and see like when I'm gonna get paid, because like I said, still haven't been paid for, you know, my last paycheck. So, and God knows if I'm gonna get my next one or any of the fees and overdraft fees and reimbursements. I got no idea. I have no idea. And to be honest, speaking to other people, and this is my experience so far, I'm not very hopeful I'm going to get paid. But we'll see. If I speak to ZOEVA, if they issue a statement or anything like that, I will make a follow-up video. Or if it's not enough for a video, I will maybe update you on an Instagram live or Instagram story or something like that. But so with that, I'm going to end this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. By the end of 2020, I definitely want to reach 1,000 followers. I'm like inching my way there, but I definitely want to reach there. So if you want to join the fam and you want to support me on my journey, I would greatly appreciate that. Don't forget to shoot me a comment. How do you guys feel about this situation? Like, is this like the craziest thing that you've ever heard? Because this is like one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me. Never have I ever not been paid by a company. This is the first. So we'll see. Don't forget to like this video because you like me. And guys, please be on the lookout for regular commentary and regular, you know, what is it called? Regular videos? I don't know. I'm tired. I actually have to go to work. Hence why my makeup is done. But definitely look out for future videos. I'm going to be coming back stronger than ever. And I'm not going to let the evils of the world and people with bad attitudes and people who want to bring people down to affect me anymore. I realize that this community can be very toxic if you let it get to you. And I let it get to me. Hence why I took a mental break. And now I'm just at the point where I'm not going to allow this stuff to bring me down negatively. So you're definitely going to see a shift in tone in my videos, but I think it's going to be for the best. So with that, guys, I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.